Welcome to the world of Czinger vehicles. The only limit here is our collective imagination. I'm Kevin Czinger, lead inventor and founder of Czinger Vehicles. With the 21C being the first and only the first in a diverse series of exclusive performance vehicles coming from the informed imagination of the Czinger team. So first, looking at this, iconic design. Second, revolutionary technology. Third, dominant performance. Fourth, all done in a sustainable system. Let's first go to iconic design. How did this car end up looking like this, which is very different than your average supercar or hypercar? It all starts with design requirements. We took a complete clean sheet approach. What that means, if you have the tools to create what you imagine, is you first have to put away any fear of doing something new. Then you have to look at what the rules are and feel free to break them. We reimagined a two-seat hypercar. And what we imagined was based on the driving principle of form follows function. And we arrived at a two-seat jet fighter configuration for the vehicle and a mid-engine, all-wheel drive hybrid powertrain. The driver sits in the optimal driving position. That's the center of the vehicle. And the co-pilot, the passenger, sits behind. What this allows us to do is minimize frontal surface area so that we have the best possible aerodynamics, while at the same time, as I said, putting the driver in that central performance position. That led to the jet fighter style concept, and that is form following function in what we think is a very exquisite design. The end result is a new design icon, unlike any other. A design icon, and that's why we call it 21C, worthy of the 21st century. This, in my mind, is like the Porsche Type 64, a vehicle that had new design at a time when people first started thinking about aerodynamics, first started thinking about how to build cars really for performance. That was a rule breaker and a trailblazer, and that's how we view this car. What was the inspiration for this? And I've actually been asked that a couple times right before I came out here by various people. As I said, form follows function. You imagine creating something that is going to provide you with ultimate performance, something that is going to be a design that allows you to become part of the vehicle, and with the vehicle, become part of the track or road. In thinking about that, and thinking about the emotion that that kind of feeling brings when you're one with the vehicle and you're one with the track or the road, there were a couple of different inspirations. One was the world's fastest, highest flying airplane, the SR-71 Blackbird, which was built not far away from where our factory is in LA. The image in the right stuff of Chuck Yeager getting in the X-1, getting ready to break the sound barrier. The F-14 dogfights in Top Gun. And for those who are into Star Wars, the pod race in Star Wars Phantom Menace. And all of that had to do with a dream since man first started thinking about how to build things, whether it was Leonardo da Vinci in his notebooks thinking about helicopters and different vehicles, to what we're building now. But it was all man imagining a machine, man creating that machine, and then man joining with that machine to perform as one and to push and reach beyond their limits. So, I'd ask you, people viewing, people here, to imagine yourself on a track or in the canyons of Malibu while your co-pilot sits behind you. sharing a panoramic view of what's going by. And I don't encourage anyone to break a speed limit, but you can be going at whatever speed you want to be going. But with an all-wheel drive powertrain that can scream with up to 1,250 horsepower at up to 11,000 RPM. I can tell you from direct experience, it's a pretty cool feeling when you do that. And I won't say whether I was driving faster than the speed limit. Next, revolutionary technology. Vehicle performance results from a design in which all parts have a precise purpose, are built to achieve that purpose, and then combine to work in harmony. The 21C embodies that approach to total vehicle design. When we started working together as a team, the total vehicle design approach could not really be achieved. The technology, materials, and tools had not yet been invented. So we invented our own patented tools to design and engineer a vehicle, materials to meet our requirements using machines and machine programming that printed those materials, and ultra-precise optics-based systems for assembling those components into a whole that is much more than the sum of its parts. That is when 2 + 2 = 40, not 4. And that's what we sought. These are the only vehicles on our planet designed and built this way. It is the next leap forward. This is really a fundamental change. It is the next leap forward in man's ability to create, to imagine and to create, and then precisely to take materials we've invented and put them exactly where they're needed. Let's talk a little bit about the different components of the vehicle. The powertrain. We do our own in-house powertrain system development. The 21C's engine is an in-house designed twin-turbo V8 within a strong hybrid configuration. There are 2 electric motors up front with torque vectoring that are powered by 2 micro-lightweight high-discharge battery packs. Those lightweight compact packs are maintained in a continuous state of charge through a rear generator driven by the V8's crank and through regenerative braking. Our V8 displaces 2.88 liters and uses a flat crank. With the dual turbos set at 1.5 bar boost, about 21 pounds, the V8's output is 950 horsepower at 10,500 RPM with an 11,000 RPM redline. Add in the dual 150 horsepower front wheel electric motors, and the total vehicle horsepower achieved is 1,250 horsepower. Obviously, if you want a performance vehicle that's going to be able to accelerate at the limit, you're going to be limited by tire, by the amount of tire surface with power going through it. The only way really to accelerate the vehicle and achieve the kind of performance that we've achieved is to have an all-wheel drive vehicle, but an all-wheel drive vehicle that's not a heavy vehicle. And that's why we have a strong hybrid where the battery system is relatively small, very compact, and very lightweight, and is recharged through the rear generator on the mid-engine internal combustion engine. The V8 is connected to a 7-speed sequential automated clutch gearbox, also of our own design and packaging. It incorporates a triple-plate dry clutch with ceramic metallic friction surfaces and a Salisbury-type limited slip differential. Lightweight custom axles use inboard tripod and outboard CV joints. And of course, in the end, you have to transfer all of that power to the tires and to the road surface. The 21C is designed for maximum grip and handling. So, in total, with a 950 horsepower, 2.88 liter V8 and a total system output of 1,250 horsepower and a less than 1,200 kilogram dry weight for the entire vehicle, the 21C achieves better than a 1-to-1 power to weight ratio and a 330 horsepower per liter power density. That means it's the most power-dense production engine on the planet. It's clear. Our priorities are clear. We're building to maximize power to weight and power density. We look to have the most efficient, most powerful vehicles for every kilogram of weight and every liter of power output. Let's move to how that translates into performance. As I said, we were seeking unparalleled dominant performance. You can claim and achieve amazing isolated performance statistics. All are meaningless, however, unless they come together on the vehicle's playing field, whether it's Laguna Seca, the Pacific Coast Highway, or Malibu Canyon. You need, if you're going to untap this, you're going to untap the secret of real high performance, you need to create a sum, a synthesis or system of components that achieves performance far greater than simply the sum of its parts. That's the challenging objective, to achieve really a symphony of engineering, bringing all of those parts together that leads to the car, the driver, and the track or the highway merging into one harmonious expression. That's what we believe we've achieved with the 21C. Here is the kind of performance you can target with one of these vehicles. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.9 seconds, 0 to 400 kilometers per hour and back to 0 in 29 seconds, and a quarter mile time of 8.1 seconds. This vehicle is designed to hunt for track records, if that's what you're into. That's what I'm into. Or you can create your own performance targets, and you can make it all zero emissions if you choose. These vehicles were designed, and I drive the vehicle myself, using a methanol that's generated through renewable resources. That means that you have a zero-emission vehicle, far lighter, far more power dense than any other vehicle can be by using that hybrid system and using a renewable methanol. All of this, of course, in our view, has to be delivered by a sustainable system. Czinger builds vehicles to be light and power dense, like the footprint of a leopard. And we provide the option, as I said, of running zero emissions racing fuel. The vehicle is built by our production system to be in harmony with our planet, and both it and our company are built for the long haul.